Welcome to Jail Tales,
where we bring you tales from the jails.
I'm Sage.
And I'm Kayla.
And we're here to share our stories with you. Today, Kayla is going to share her craziest jail story.
We're going straight to we're going straight in it, folks. You don't have any other side questions. We're just going to go straight to the story.
Yeah, straight to the story.
Why are you going to put me on the spot like that?
That's how it goes.
Okay. Okay, so craziest jail story. So in like 2000 something, long time ago, I got in a really bad car accident and I broke my back. And the guy that I was dating at the time took off and left me in the car. And then I got a ride from some random passerby that took me to my house, and from there we went to the hospital. His dad took me. And I guess at that point...
Your boyfriend at the time's dad took you?
Yeah, my boyfriend at the time's dad took me. And then I guess because of the weird circumstance of the accident, the cops were called and they showed up and arrested me with my back broken, which was pretty interesting and fun.
Yikes, okay.
So I had to ride in the car all the way in the back, laying down because my back was broken. And then once I got to the detention center I had a holdout of, they pretty much just let me hang out in the office with my phone and just released me because my back was definitely broken. So my boyfriend at the time came like from hours away and came and picked me up, and it took an ambulance to get me into that jail because of a liability issue. And then they got me out of the jail, and we rode for most of the way with me just laying down in the back of our Altima, like as frail as possible, just trying not to move.
Okay.
And then we ran out of freaking gas.
I think you skipped a lot of parts because when you were telling me about it, you were mentioning like when you got to the jail, the people were pissed off because they shouldn't have brought you in.
Yeah, so the people at this certain detention center that I went to that had picked me all the way up from the other one, which was a good 2-hour drive, the lieutenants or sergeants, whoever they're higher up, were pretty angry that I was picked up, considering that I was arrested at the hospital with my L1 and my L4 like broken. I had like gone off like a 15-foot grade of a cliff. So I don't know, it was pretty bad. Like I couldn't walk at all. They had to have an ambulance bring me into the facility. So they weren't too happy about that. They were like, I don't even know why you picked her up.
Yeah, they said it was a liability.
Huge liability.
They could have gotten in huge trouble. And so they had an ambulance unload you into the jail, but then they never booked you. They just kept you in the office?
Yeah, just in the office with my phone. And then at one point I had to use the restroom, and they were like, do you need help? And I really did not want them to have to help me. So like I crawled down there, and like it was almost near impossible. So I did have to have help.
Oh goodness.
That was so bad. My back was broken. It was pretty bad. So, okay, after all that, at that point, they didn't use an ambulance to let me leave, because at that point I was released, so they were like, well,
you're on your own liability now.
Yeah. So I get in the car, and we make it pretty far, we run out of gas. And then we had called a cab company that was gonna bring us to the gas station to get gas. I think just with the stress of everything that happened, like nobody had put gas in, and just been a crazy, crazy day. And then, waiting on the person to bring us to get gas, the car battery dies.
Oh my God.
So we call a cab company, and a guy with no legs shows up to help take us to the gas station.
So now we have broken back, no legs, okay.
Broken back, car out of gas, car battery dead, and then a guy with no legs in a cab comes to pick us up. And I'm like, I didn't even know that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I guess he had like hand stuff to drive, but he was like the nicest guy. He let me just lay down in the back of the cab, back all broken, and drove us all over. And I think the total of everything he charged us was like $28. And I know that from where he drove us, and then gave us jumper cables just to keep, like, and helped us jump the car, like so much stuff. Like I felt like it was way more than $28 worth, but I think he felt bad for my situation. But yeah, craziest jail story ever. I think I had like 4 warrants at the time, so all 3 places were like, no, definitely don't want her, and then one was like, oh yeah, we'll pick her up.
And then they regretted that because they got in big trouble.
Especially because the one that did pick me up was like a misdemeanor charge on just unpaid stuff, like most of my charges are, or were. And yeah, they were like, why did you bring this girl to the jail on a misdemeanor
Yeah.
with a broken back?
Right.
The cop that did it was like, I don't know, this was what I thought I was supposed to do.
Oops, he got in trouble.
My boyfriend at the time was so distraught, and he went from being a total douchebag to all upset. You can't take her to jail. She's just a broken little girl.
Oh my God.
Crying like a baby. It was so funny. But yeah, crazy story. We made it just in time for his stepdad to get his car back to go to work at like 4:30 in the morning. It was the longest night of my life. Because, I mean, you forget that it started out this day with us having a huge fight. I just kind of skipped over that fight. We were having a huge fight, and instead of listening to what we both had to say to each other, like, I don't know, I put headphones in because I was tired of getting yelled at, and he didn't like that, so he pulled the headphones out, but then instead of watching the road, we went over a cliff and totaled the car, and I folded like a lawn chair, and boom, snapped my back. And then there was weed in the car.
Oh, yikes.
He had like 2 ounces of weed in the car, and instead of doing like a normal thing, figuring things out, like, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just broke my back, like, I can't move my back, and he's like, you're being dramatic. And then he left me to go hide the weed, which somehow disappeared, so I don't know if he was telling the truth or they found it or something. Maybe that's why they showed up at the hospital. They probably showed up at the hospital because there was a total car and no one called an ambulance.
Yeah.
And that's super suspicious. So, and then they probably found the weed because he didn't hide it very well. I'm assuming right by the car accident. He took off and left me and didn't even hide the weed well. Like, Jesus, dude.
So the lesson is hide the weed well, I guess.
No, the lesson is don't date idiots, and we never would have gotten in a car accident in the first place. I mean, I still would have had my stuff, but holy cow, what a night. Like, all because we started fighting and arguing, and then turned into a car accident, turned into just this whole dramatic thing. But if you talk to him, he'll be like, oh, but I was there for you in the end. Yeah, you fucking better. My back was broken, you piece of shit. He's like, oh, I think I got whiplash. I'll give you whiplash. Leave me in the car and be like, you're being dramatic. Dramatic? Did you just see the cliff that we went down?
Wasn't it like a concrete
No, it was actually kind of close to where we traveled today. It
Yeah.
was like, instead of going around a curve, because he was so busy pulling the headphones out of my ears, and he'll tell, like, well, if you weren't screaming at me, I wouldn't pull. It's always my fault. Anyway,
Yeah, there's always 2 sides.
Curve.
2 sides to every story.
Here's the curve, and here's us.
Oh, yikes.
That was so bad.
That's
It was
scary.
that Kia Amante or something. I don't know. It's a nice car. It was a real bummer. That was my fault for like 10 years. Anyway, so off topic. It was crazy.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
That was the craziest jail experience ever. And sadly, the warrant for the one place that was like, oh no, we don't want her because we're not dealing with that. That place, it wasn't like the warrant was gone. And there wasn't even like record or indication of, hey, you know, we didn't want her because this and this happened. So the next time I had been pulled over, they were like, oh yeah, well this warrant's still here. That happened a few times. There's been 4 times with that county that I had a warrant, been stopped, or something had happened and my name ran, and then they were like, no, we just don't want it. So people are like, why didn't you deal with it? I'm like, 90% of the time they didn't want me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive myself hours away to be like, put myself in jail when I'm working and have dogs and stuff. Like, that's how I looked at it. I know it's like necessary to take care of stuff, but
Well, and when they're telling you, hey, we don't want to deal with it, you think, okay, well, it's just going to keep happening like this. You don't expect it to. You don't expect them to eventually change their mind and be like, okay, well, sorry, but this whole time we were building up your fines against you.
they're not as bad as I thought they would be for the one place. I mean, for as many years as it's been, it's really not too bad. I think my fees, probation fees, it's not my like state fines and stuff, is like $670, and that's not bad for almost 10 years of not paying them.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
10 years. It's pretty crazy. Pay your fines, people. Go to court, pay your fines.
And when you go to court, you'll probably have a laugh because we have some stories about that too.
Other episodes, we're going to tell some of these stories, and of course, we'll leave the names out. I don't think we remember all the names of those people anyway, but
No.
we encounter some fun stuff at court. Next
Yeah.
time, we'll have to tell the story about the guy that we saw when we went to misdemeanor court.
The first court we went to?
Yeah, where they're like, can you pass the drug test today? And he's like,
Well, we
Right.
should just tell the story now.
okay.
So this one judge was like a comedian. He was so funny.
So nice.
Very, very nice. Very funny. We were laughing the
It was
whole
like
time.
a judge on America's Most Wanted.
I haven't seen that, but maybe I should watch
No,
it.
no,
then.
no. It's not really a show. I'm just like America's Most Wanted is wanted as criminals.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I feel like he was a judge on some kind of criminal show.
that went right over my head.
He was hysterical.
Yeah, he was awesome. So we were laughing the whole time. We're sitting maybe second row back and just cracking up, having a good old time. We're like, this is like a comedy show.
We were in the first row. I sat in the first row because I know two of the deputies at that certain county, and I wanted to see them and let them see how good I'm doing and like be in my clothes and my little heels.
Yeah,
So
they were really nice too.
I've told them all 1,000 times, I'll see you again. I'm going to be dressed in a dress and heels. You just watch. And they're like, okay. And then they did. And they're like, we're so proud of you.
Yeah, that was really cool to
I
see
hope
them.
they're there next time.
They should be.
I hope so.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like when she was up talking to the judge. Well, the first part was when she was walking away because we had to go get cash to pay fine.
Mm-hmm.
And the deputy came over to me, or no, sorry, let me get my story straight here, officer.
Different court date.
Yeah. No, the deputy, I heard him say to the judge, she didn't hear it, but he was like, that's the girl that had the really good letter from the chief of police, and she's been working really hard, and she's a super great, what do you call it, trustee? Trustee. Was the amazing trustee that they wrote the letter about, and, you know, like, you should give her less, basically.
I'm sure at one point we could read it. We would just leave out any personal information pertaining to the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we couldn't read it one of these. If we continue to have people follow us and want to hear our crazy stories and watch us, and here's the thing is we're not just going to sit here and talk and hear my story. We're going to like hopefully get other people.
Yeah, we'd like to, you know, when we're famous enough and we have enough of you guys, we'd love to have like celebrities on the show that have been through crazy stuff too. So we're gonna.
I know there's stories out there, and I think it's important for a lot of people to hear how easy it is to get in trouble and get arrested for people that are trying not to and keep away from certain people. Maybe it could help influence another generation of people. I don't suggest going to jail. I really don't. I mean, I want to sit here and laugh and play and stuff sometimes, but like it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. Her stories have definitely.
They're scary ones. We tried to start off on a light note.
Yeah, start off on the fun.
If you're a clean person
Shitty
that eats
day.
a certain diet, don't go to jail.
No.
Also, I was fortunate enough to have somebody like my sister here and my mom who kept up with my dogs for the entire year that I was in jail, which is award to you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you hear me taking them out earlier, but I was like, fucking Sage deserves an award for what she's dealt with.
I did not hear that.
She deserves a gold medal for putting up with you guys for a year, because if it were me, I think I would have given up. Would have given up and been like, tough shit, Kayla, put yourself in jail. The dog's got to find better homes, because I can't do it every day. I have to work in 12-hour shifts.
Oh, yeah.
My gosh, they're my
days.
dogs, and I want to choke them.
I know. Sometimes
And I thought about
wanted
him
to
every
pull my
day.
hair out. Like, I was ready to lose my mind.
Every
but-
day for a year, and then I get home and I'm like, and they weren't excited to see me after a year.
They couldn't smell her smell because she smelled like jail, so they didn't recognize her when she got out.
I was so annoyed. So when I was in jail, I went to church a lot, and there was a lady in there, and she was like, record the reunion video, and then show it to me when I see you on the outside. So we recorded a dang video, and the dogs didn't act like they knew who I was.
Yeah, that made it less exciting for sure, but I think that's just dogs, you know. Dogs
It
are
probably didn't
assholes
smell like me. I
sometimes.
guarantee you I had that jail smell. It has a smell. It doesn't leave you for like a good 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and all of her belongings were. You okay, Skipper? Sorry,
We got
guys.
a dog with an asthma attack. Hold on.
Commercial break.
We
Skipper,
need a little sign
You
that
okay?
says pausing technical difficulties.
you okay? It's all right, buddy. For the whole year that she was in there, her belongings were in the room with them, so they smelt the smell for that long, and then she came home and didn't smell like herself, so I think it confused them.
Oh God, after a year they smelled like them.
That's probably true. But let's get back to the story at hand.
Anyway, it
So-
does affect those things too. People with animals, children. A lot of people have children. I was one of the few that didn't.
Yeah, I meant the story of the judge.
Oh, we weren't done. Listen, some of us in this world have ADHD, so we will veer off track.
I'll keep her.
That's why I said I need a pen and paper. So I
It'll
can
be like this, but it won't be like this.
If I have people watching that know me, they know me. It's okay.
Okay. Well, hello, people that know her. Anyway, so we're sitting in the front row, we're laughing, we're having a good time, but we're doing it quietly, respectfully. We don't want to get kicked out or in trouble.
Right.
And yes, the deputy knew her. He talked to the judge. When we came back, he came over and like put his hand on my shoulder, and he was like, "I'm so proud of your sister. Thanks for keeping her on track. Take good care of her." So it was very exciting in that regard. But we got to watch this hilarious portion where this guy came in. He was super out of it, and the judge asked him, "Can you pass a drug test?" and let's say the guy's name was Robert Humphrey. Robert, good old Robert.
Uh-huh.
He was like, I hope so. And the judge said...
Is that what he said? I hope so. I couldn't remember if it was maybe or something else.
Yeah, he was like, I hope so.
I hope so.
And the judge said, boy, with this many warrants and this much stuff...
How many times I've seen you? And he said, I know if it were me and if I were in court and somebody asked me if I could pass a drug test, my answer wouldn't be, I hope so. Because the whole... And this is misdemeanor court, so there's a lot of people. Everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is this guy, like in his 60s or something? Too older guy.
Maybe 70s.
Well, drugs make you look older.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
He could have been in his 50s. I've seen people in their 50s.
That would be terrible.
No offense to some people, but yeah, I mean, it's not healthy on your body. It sucks the life out of you like a Dementor from Harry Potter.
That's true. This guy was very out of it. And the judge was, he said what she said, which was, my answer wouldn't be, I hope so. And he said, I would say... yes,
sir, I can.
And then he said, would you like to try again?
And he's like, would you pass a drug test today? And what did he say? I think so.
I think he said, I hope so again. And the judge was like, oh my God.
Oh, he did not say yes.
He did not say yes.
Because I remember thinking, are you kidding me, my guy? He just told you, like, and then he asked you, would you like to try this again? Like, other judges?
Wouldn't give you that.
And felony? Ooh. And it doesn't matter. Some misdemeanor judges are like, absolutely not, straight to jail.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not working because he's done that over and over.
Yeah, that's true. But they said they're going to keep increasing the time. So eventually they pull Robert back to the back. They give him a drug test. At this point, we're like, we don't want to leave. We're excited. Yeah, we want to see the results.
We're like, I hope my name, because they do it alphabetical at this county.
So it was taking forever.
Yeah,
it took
my
us
last
like
name's
2.5 hours.
K. So we're like, oh my gosh, there's so many people here, and of course everyone's last name is A.
There were
D.
so many A's and B's and D's.
Like,
way
holy
more
crap.
last names than you would think of. What was the one last name? Baloo. It was
J.
Baloo, and I was cracking up. I'm like, Baloo. It reminds me of Blue in the Big Blue House or whatever, the bear show.
I don't know, but everyone we look at is so doofy. Like, how do you, people are gonna hate me for saying this, if I've ever been in jail with, but how the fuck do you guys come to court to see a judge who is there to judge you in like tennis shoes and a tank top?
And sweatpants.
And sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's dressed up. I'm the only one dressed up, and I have been to court.
I don't know.
I'd like to
I've taken
actually
her
count,
twice.
like, honestly, because I do have a lot of random stupid charges and a lot of random places. It's really small, and then I avoided those, so like I would have to keep coming back to the same court over and over. So it's not like every single one of these is a charge, but I've probably been to court over 60 times.
Oh, I believe it.
Just at the same place, over and over. Like, hey, come back in a month, see us, let's make sure you're paying this. Hey, come back in a month. If you think about that, like, in all the different counts, oh my God.
That's a lot of court.
And I've never, ever once come to court and been like, oh, that person's dressed really nice. I'm always like, what are these people doing?
There was one lady dressed nice. At the second one, maybe. I don't remember.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've maybe seen 10 or less. And like 60 plus, I bet you it's more than 60. I think I've gone 30 something times just to the one county where we used to live. The one we have to go to soon.
Yeah.
Like at least probably 20 or 30 there. And driving. Oh my God, just
hours each way. Yeah.
Hours. It wasn't always from here, from where we went today too. Like, but that takes almost 2 hours of traffic in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh my lordy. And then people are like, why didn't you come to court? Oh my God, I tried.
Yeah, and we were almost late last time.
Ooh, I've been late before and I'm not too happy about that, especially felony court. You're not like,
waking up at 4 in the morning to get ready to leave for court for her. I've never had court. I've never been to jail. Thank God for that. Especially after her stories and my friend's stories. I'm like, ooh, I really
negative Ghost Rider.
Made some better decisions or got lucky or something along the way because, man, it sounds terrible, really.
I hope, though, that this is, like, by doing this, because this is something I talked about in the year that I was there, and I told a lot of deputies at the place that I was there for a year, I want to do a podcast, and they were like, that's really interesting, like, that'd be really cool if we did that, because I want people, like, I want this to catch on, not just for, like, oh, I want to be famous. I want it to influence people. I want other people to see, not my story, but other people's story. Hopefully we have on here, like, celebrities, your local, I mean, maybe some people won't feel comfortable on here because maybe they have a very important job and they don't want to talk about their past.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way we can blur them or just be an audio interview, maybe.
Yeah.
But I want people to see that, like, people can go to jail and still do stuff with their life.
Absolutely.
and be other people and just totally not even go back to that other place and just move forward. Or that you're not bad because you have gone, or that people can't actually change. I mean, it happens.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of people either get arrested for things they didn't do, or they made silly decisions when they were younger, or they just haven't learned and it changes them. If you hadn't gone, we wouldn't have started this podcast because you wouldn't have had your stories. So, you know, everything
Right.
happens for a reason, and it takes going through things to get you to where you're supposed to be sometimes, and it's different for everybody.
Agreed, and I don't regret it at all. If I were given the option, I don't think I would, because of some of the people I've met that I've grown to know there. I have a whole different respect for law enforcement, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
I know people want to kill me for saying this, but it's just, I've seen behind the scenes what a lot of them do, and it's not just, oh, I'm going to pull you over and give you a ticket. I just want to see you in jail. Like, some of them there have really big hearts and really care about wanting to see you succeed, and have worked with me on a personal level. I mean, I got to know some of them for a year.
Yeah. Well, it's different in every place too. Like,
Yes.
the city that we grew up in, the cops are more not what she just described. You know, they're not
If they last more
empathetic.
than 6 months either at that facility.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
they're
stay
just
long.
they're not as caring. They're like worn out from what they've been doing. They're not empathetic. I don't know how to describe it, but it's different. Out here where we live now, we have a really good police department with really good officers.
And I really wish we could give a shout out to you guys, because I miss you guys and love you all so much. And I know a couple of you might be watching at some point, but I just feel like it's best to keep notoriety. Would that be the word? No.
Anonymity.
Maybe. I guess. I'm trying to think of too big of a word, but just, I don't want to share too many personal information about certain deputies that I've got to know and have retaliation, because social media can get crazy, and I don't want somebody to think that it'd be cool to like go mess with some of these deputies that I talk about or something of that nature.
Yeah, anyone that we
So-
have on the channel, we're going to keep it very discreet where they serve time and who the officers are, because we're not trying to ruin anyone's life. We're not trying to affect anything in a negative way. Like
No.
she said, we're trying to bring like positivity and help encourage people to like do the right thing and have a better life and see the potential.
Right. I don't
And
think a lot
make
of
you guys
people-
laugh, but
There needs to be laughter in there, because that's what helped me make it through the year that I've made it through. And we have,
yeah, laughter is the only thing that keeps us sane sometimes. But what I was trying to get to was we're very lucky out here. We have a great area. We have great police officers, an amazing department. I've only had positive encounters with the police. I've had negative encounters in other areas. I used to travel across the country a lot, and so I've experienced police officers that are like tired of their job, that are fed up with what they're doing, that
they probably
just
deal with
wanna
a
write
lot
you
of
a
crazy
ticket.
stuff.
yeah, and they just want to like write a ticket and be done. You
I
know, we
can't
talk.
imagine.
There's a lot of talk of hitting quotas at the beginning and end of the month, and you see that in a lot of places, but not out here. So
No,
we're
they're kind of, I
lucky.
see them all the time, just a lot.
Yeah,
And then fast forward to a year later, I'm like not bothered to see them at all. I'm like, I wonder if I know them.
yeah. She used to be scared every time she'd see a police officer,
Terrified.
and now she's like, oh, I like this, you know. So I have a crazy story for you guys at some point about a car accident, and which I guess there's a lot of car accident stories in our family. Typically, we're not at fault. That one you were, but
More than I realized, I guess. Jeez.
yeah, the one where I almost died.
90% of them we weren't driving.
No, oh yeah, that's true. The one
I
where I
wasn't
almost
driving.
died, I was in the back seat. But the one that I'm referring to, I'll tell it another time. And there's like two parts to it, and both times the officers were great, and I wasn't at fault, and it was just really good experience. Again, I literally drove away from the incident the second night where they had pulled me over because I was speeding. So that time I was at fault. Didn't get a ticket, thankfully. They said they were just looking
Was
for.
it county or city police? Do you know?
I don't know.
It wasn't the county that we're in? Or it was,
I don't know.
okay.
I think it was city.
Okay. Which is surprising, because for that city I haven't had I personally had, maybe it's because I was being arrested by the two that I
Is the
met
place
for that
that
city.
the place you were at was county, not city?
Yes.
Okay, then it was city because I asked.
Where mom lives, that city, there's a department there.
I don't think it was either. I think it's the one by the place that you were working when you first got out.
I don't even remember where that was. Oh,
Yeah. Different.
that's city, yeah.
Yeah, it was city, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, they were awesome. And I literally drove away that second night, the part 2, saying, thank you God for letting me get pulled over, because it was just a great experience. So we'll go into that story another day, unless we have enough time today, maybe.
I don't know what our time is at right now.
I don't know. I guess we have an hour to fill. Let's finish the first part of the story, though. So the guy in court, Robert Humphrey.
Holy crap, we still haven't finished that. I am so sorry.
These
This
people
will
are
work
like
really well
on
for
their
our
edge of their
ADHD
seat.
viewers.
Yeah. So he gets the drug test, and we're waiting. We're like, please let us.
Oh my
know
god,
that
it's like
you're-
who's the father moment, like a Mari moment.
Yeah, waiting for the results.
Just excited, like, don't call my name yet. Don't see me yet. I don't want to miss this excitement.
Yeah, so he comes out and they sit him down in a chair after his drug test, and he's sitting there like in the judge area, but not where we're sitting. So we can all see him. Everyone in the courtroom can see him.
Right.
And eventually he was
He's
like,
on the other side of the little wall.
the little wall. So the judge said something like, Robert Humphrey, no answer. Robert Humphrey, still no answer. And he was like, you, and he was like, what?
Who, me?
Who, me? Yeah.
Is your name Robert Humphrey?
Yeah. Everybody
so.
laughed. The whole courtroom bust out and
My
laughed.
goodness, guy. He's like, they didn't know what to do with him.
They were so ashamed.
Then the one guy there for court gives him a whole freaking speech, like, about dying and overdosing.
Oh my gosh, hang on. Okay, so let's get to that. So they tell him he failed his drug test, he's going to jail, and he's got to stop doing this. And then all these other people start piping up, because there's like a lot of people there that are reformed, that have been going to programs, and their life has turned around. And so they start randomly speaking, which normally you get kicked out of court for this.
I've never been in a courtroom in all my times where someone could just soapbox it from the freaking pews of church. The church pews, because that's what it looks like in a normal courtroom, like a misdemeanor. It's just church pews. And he's just like on his soapbox about like,
you can really turn your life around.
You can turn your life around.
This specific guy's been going.
Come talk to us. You're gonna die, dude.
Yeah.
And the judge is just like, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody in the court is basically like, hallelujah, Jesus. Which I love God, don't get me wrong. It just
was
felt
so
like church for
funny
sure.
to me. It really was, and that was like, it was like an episode from a TV show.
Yeah.
And you're looking at me like, I guess taking you to court isn't too bad.
Yeah, eventually, I think it was after that day or the second day of court, the different time, that I said to her, when I have free time and I'm like retired or something, I'm just gonna go to court for fun and write a book.
If we weren't so far away, we should.
Yeah.
Listen, we have court coming up, don't we, with the same judge?
Yeah.
We'll share that with you.
I hope it's the same judge.
We should do a podcast that night so it's fresh in our brain.
Yes, we will.
But it will be the same judge.
Okay.
The judge for that.
Hang on.
Okay.
So I told her, I want to just go to court for fun so I can write a book about it. And then that's when she shared with me, oh, well, I have this idea for a podcast. And I said, well, we need to start that right away. That's an excellent idea. So I got to work on it, and here we are.
And we didn't even talk about it that long ago. I've thought about it for the entire year of my incarceration.
Yeah, she just told me about it maybe a month ago.
Yeah, because I feel like I tell people and it's like, oh yeah, what a cool idea. But like, are you going to do anything about it?
Oh yeah, but that's not me. I'm like, great idea. Let's do this. Here's a list. Cross it off. So now we have a TikTok, an Instagram, a YouTube, a Facebook, an email. We're going to make a Cash App, a Venmo, and a PayPal just in case we get to the point where people want to gift us something.
But maybe
we'll
we could
have
do
somewhere to accept it, or when we need to like put money away for advertising or equipment or whatever, it's just separate accounts to do stuff.
I mean, that would be cool if people help with that, but I also think we should start up something where we help other people, maybe people within the jail system. For a while there...
That's true. I'm starting a nonprofit right now for homeless people in need. We're going to be building an eco-village for homeless people, and eventually I'd like it to be in every state. And I can, now that I know the ropes, I can help start a nonprofit for people that need help getting out of the system. Because once you're in the system, it is hard, from what I've heard, to get out. It's a cycle that you have to break.
It is, and I'm lucky enough that I didn't have more severe charges that put me deeper into the system. I think that's why I was so terrified about actually getting in prison. And I think what it was with the one county that offered me that so many times is I think they really wanted to scare me because I kept just not showing up for things.
Yeah.
Thinking like, it's just going to go away, it's just going to disappear. Well, hi, like,
Yeah.
15 years later, it did not disappear. And they were like, good Lord, this is 15 years old.
Yeah.
Because in that county, when they call your case number, I don't know how they do it in this county, but that one, when they call your case number, the last two of that case number, so mine was, so the 2010 it means 2010. So like anytime they call that case number, the prosecutor, everybody knows like this shit is from 2010.
Oh, yikes.
So, it's just,
So it was 14 years.
yeah.
That's a long time.
Felt like longer.
Yeah. She's 10 years older than me, so I remember a good bit of the stuff that she has dealt with, but not all of it.
I feel like most of our relationship, I was in trouble, sadly.
Yeah, or living in a different place and stuff. Like, we're probably
Getting in
closer
trouble.
now than we've ever been.
It's weird, and I thought that in jail too, like when I was gonna come out and I knew I was coming here, and people were like, are you worried about it? And I was like, no, not really. I feel like this is the closest stage that I've ever been, so it's really weird.
Yeah. But
So
you didn't
another
actually
reason
know you were going to get out. So she went in
I
what,
didn't.
June? You went in June?
June 24th, 2023. And then I was released June 19th, 2024.
Okay. And so that whole year
In
I had
county
her
jail,
dogs.
not prison, not RPF, county jail.
Yikes.
Detention center.
Yeah, that's worse.
Okay, finish, sorry.
No, you're good. So
Dogs.
that whole year, well, almost the whole year, I think September, I got your dogs and your belongings because somebody else was helping before that, and then they stopped helping. They tried to give her dogs, or they did give her dogs to a humane society. Yeah, turned them in and said they were abandoned, which wasn't true, and the person knew that my mom or I would help, and they did
Or
that
I could have
anyway.
tried to find someone else. So when I contacted this person, they just stopped sending me messages because I knew one of my other neighbors that was a disabled lady that I was really close with messaged me through the jail mail at the jail, which is, I don't know for many people that have been there, but they stopped doing regular mail because too many people try to send stuff through the mail. So it's a lot easier for them to do like a computer thing, and it's called jail mail, and each jail has their own little version, but it's like Android messaging almost. People go through their email and they message you. It's 50 cents to send, 50 cents to receive, and you get 2 free credits on Saturday. She messaged me and was like, hey, I saw that lady leave today with your dogs and their crates, and they did not come back in their crates. So they came back empty crates, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and my mom
Contacted my mom.
My mom had been messaging the person and
I
told
need the
her,
dogs. What's going on?
Yeah, multiple
Give
times,
me
like,
info.
we're willing to help, but they turned in the dogs at the Humane Society. Luckily, she contacted the Humane Society. We were able to pick them up.
After calling a bunch.
Yeah, she finally found the one that they were turned into, so we had to drive all the way there, get the dogs. It was crazy. My point of all that, though, was...
And then here I am in jail every day. 2 tears, stressing like you wouldn't believe, because I'm like, I don't care about doing the time. I do the time.
Yeah.
Fine. Everyone told me I did time very well because I'm very patient. I just keep to myself. I played cards. I read. Not knowing what was happening with the dogs was driving me batshit crazy.
Yeah, and the reason that I helped, even though they made me want to pull my hair out sometimes, I felt like it would be terrible to come home from all of that and not have your dogs. And I was waiting, like, in my mind, I could envision them being with you again and you being with them, and it didn't feel right.
And the little shits didn't even act like they were starting to see me.
Yeah.
I hugged the computer screen in the mornings. As a trustee, I had to be up and out for work by like 6. In the regular pods where I was, you have to be up at 5 a.m. anyway, and there is not any TV or anything, but you have to be up early regardless. But I had to be up and working, so thank God. But I'd go log into my account, I'd look at the pictures I had of Biggie and Ruby, and I would hug the screen, and everyone would go, oh my God. I'm like, look, bitch, I don't got kids.
Yeah, these are my kids.
And I would go, do, and I'd tickle Ruby's little neck fat.
You're silly. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the point.
I miss them.
And
now
well,
they
you don't
piss
have to
me
miss
off.
them anymore. It
Ugh.
didn't feel right knowing how well she took care of them when she did have them to give them to somebody else, because I knew they would have a good life when she got out again. And she did say multiple times, like, I don't care if when I get out, I don't have any belongings, I just want my dogs. Luckily, she had 99% of her belongings, but also her dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're back with her. They super love her and are obsessed with her. Did we finish our story about dude and the soapbox and one more thing about that judge. The only other funny thing that I remember from that court date, I guess, he at one point had told the guy he didn't have to come back for a year to court. And mind you, it's August when this happened, or July. It was July. Yeah, it was July. And the judge said to the guy, "Merry Christmas," and we just all cracked up. That was so funny. Because it was like
Merry
he was gifting
Christmas,
it to him.
or he said something else too, or happy whatever, just whatever, like have a great day.
Yeah, because he was like, "I won't see you by then, so Merry Christmas."
So this particular court is just a fine court. It's because I owe fines on a stupid misdemeanor charge from 15 years ago. This is like small stuff before my other stuff. And you have to check in every month, 2 months, or 3 months. I guess it depends on how much you pay your fine. If your fine's paid off in a large amount, then he'll bring you back in like 4 or 5 months. If you're like not making payments, then you got to come back every month.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh my gosh, you know how many people that judge asked, "Have you made your payment today? Or did you make your payment before coming to court?" No, sir.
Okay, but
Okay, go make your payment. Go make your payment.
But we were wrong.
She was judging people the whole time. She was like, I want one person to say, "Yes, I made my payment before I came in." We go to make her payment because she didn't know what her payments were yet, so she couldn't have made her first one.
I was talking so much shit. I was like, I can't believe every single person in here is coming to court for fine payments, has the money to pay it, and didn't do it before they saw the judge and be like, "Yes, I paid it. Here's my receipt."
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead with the rest.
So we leave, we go to get the cash because you can't use your card. Come back to pay. When we get to the window, we see this big sign, or I saw it and pointed it out to her, that said, you cannot make a payment on the day of court
Until you've seen the judge.
until you see the judge.
I was like, oh shit, Sage.
And I said it to her, and she was like, "Yeah, we already saw the judge." And I was like, "But we talked shit about all those people, and then here's the sign." So
Here's your
didn't
sign.
matter anyway.
In all fairness, I was thinking, holy crap, how are these people not going to want to pay? The only reason I didn't, how stupid would I have felt?
Yeah.
No, I need to pay this. Have you seen the judge? No. Because a lot of times the judge dismisses stuff, especially there.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want you to pay stuff first until he's gone over stuff
He
with
was
you.
the same judge when somebody came in and said something about, like, if I pay $500 now, can you take off $1,000 or whatever? And the judge agreed.
They didn't even ask. He said, "I'll tell you what. If you pay this much, the rest of it's gone. Don't ever come back." And they were like, I think a couple of them was like, one of them was over $2,000 that he just dismissed.
Yeah, he was a good judge.
He was like, "How much can you pay today?" Because he wants to see people do better. And he's trying to encourage other people that aren't doing good. Like if you're seeing people that are paying their fines and then they're like catching breaks because they're doing the right thing, other people are like, "Oh, I should come to court and pay my fine." Go to court. I cannot stress this enough. Go to court, pay your fines. If you're somebody that is an inmate or a prior inmate, because I know I've met a lot of people over the years, and there's some of these people are going to be watching my thing. Go to court and pay your fines. For real. Because had I not, if I just gone to court and paid my fines, guess what? I wouldn't have done the whole year. I was told I probably wouldn't have done any.
But you also met really great people, so it was
I
meant
don't-
to be.
I don't regret it at all. But at the same time, holy crap, go.
But not every jail is going to have those really great officers.
No, or the trustee option or options
Yeah.
that I had.
Yeah, but a lot of you,
Just go to
probably
jail.
like me, have had amazing teachers throughout school that influenced your life, and you'll always remember and got you to where you are. For her last jail experience, all the other ones weren't like that, but her last jail experience and the people that she met and interacted with during that time were that. She will always remember them. They influenced her
Till I
positively.
die.
They believed in her. They encouraged her. She doesn't want to let them down now
No.
from them being so influential and amazing. And so she built really good. Oh, I see you tearing up. You love them so much.
Because I do love them so much, and I hate, like, I know, like, I was one of those people that was just like, I can't stand cops. I hate cops. And I know for a lot of people, like, that's hard for some people to see them being human, but the people that I particularly met, I still talk to some of them on Facebook. I go visit the jail as much as I can. I think I've been 3 times, and I've been out 2 months coming up.
Almost 3 months.
Almost
2.5.
3?
It's been 2.5.
Ugh. And the oddest thing is, I told Mom this the other day. I said, "Is it freaking weird that I miss being there? Is that weird?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's a little weird."
She doesn't miss the time where she wasn't a trustee, though. She misses what she had, the relationships with those people, and the time where she was a trustee, because she was so trusted and she got to bond with them, and they really cared about her to the deepest amount.
But at the same time, I still had to go home every day and go live on the jail side. So like this particular jail, you have the women's building and you walk across to the men's building, and then in between where you get booked into the actual facility at, whether you're going to the men's side or the women's side, through another set of doors is like your attorney rooms where you go privately, like have attorney visits, and then past that is double doors and the sheriff's office, and that's where I actually worked.
Yeah.
So you go across as far as I can come from one side of the jail. I had to have an escort every morning because you can't walk by yourself through the guys area.
Yeah.
Woo, no. Escorted all the way, and then I have to sit in booking for a little while.
I remember the first time I came to visit you there, which it's all on like a video screen with a little phone, so it's not through the glass, even though they have the glass there.
We have that option, but I'm sure somebody messed it up for someone along the line, trying to sneak something in somehow.
Or doing something, yeah.
Or doing something.
Yeah. No, and I started to walk in, and I had like a spaghetti strap tank top, or like a regular, I don't even think it was spaghetti strap, because I don't have any spaghetti strap tank tops. Regular tank top. Started to walk in, and this male officer saw me, and he was like, "You can't wear that inside. You need to put a jacket on right now." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." So I had to put on a jacket, go through the building, check in.
Where you're going is people are coming in and out of the jail.
Yeah, they have the males crossing through the hall,
trustees.
which you're not in the hall with them, but they can see you through the glass for where there's supposed to be visitation.
Okay.
You can see
Because you're going
sometimes.
up those stairs to go.
Oh yeah,
that
so I'd
one-
have to come in, check in, give them my ID, go through the metal detectors, go all the way up the stairs, down a long hallway,
I always clean that, but I never went up the
downstairs.
stairs.
Okay, down the stairs into a room, and you have to pick which pod you're going through. It doesn't matter.
Cubby holes.
Yeah, and then I would always be in this like little tiny hallway thing alone with the glass behind me and the cameras on this side, and it was kind of creepy getting over there. There was never anybody else there. Yeah.
I never heard anyone. So if you would have done the one that's in the lobby with the star.
Oh, where there's people crossing through all the time?
All the time.
No.
Right to your right is the sex offender office, so that would have been a good one to go to.
Oh, goody, yeah, no.
And that area where you stood, I cleaned that every single day when we cleaned that area.
Yikes.
So that's another reason I don't think I was supposed to have visits when I was at work, because of the fact that you could probably just come through and be like, hey.
Yeah, once you got to trustee status, I couldn't do visitation with you anymore because you worked weekdays and there was no visitation on weekends.
Only me got to work. Listen, every other trustee in the jail, there was probably, I don't know, maybe 100 other trustees between men and women. Me and one other person were the only ones that got weekends on.
Really? Lucky you.
People hated us.
Except when they'd come in and be like, I need you to pressure wash this.
I volunteered for that.
Oh.
That was a volunteer moment. I was like, yes. The deputy was kind of cute.
Oh, goodness.
Fun fact. Hey, we're going to be open on this show to a point. We're not going to disclose people's names, but this is my podcast and your podcast, and we're going to be honest. I'm not in jail anymore, so whoo, whoo, whoo. He was good looking, so I was like, yeah, I'll help you pressure wash. We're not saying names, so it don't matter. They don't know. Could have been anybody. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I guarantee if the sheriff's office were open on weekends, I'd have been up there. I hated the weekends. Saturday, loved it. Okay? I was like, cool, I can sleep in Saturday. Come Sunday by noon, I was like,
Ready.
do you guys need help doing anything? Like sometimes I volunteer to clean like medical areas. I come out here and clean stuff. Oh, it's fine. I won't say your last name, but my shit's all public information. There's no point.
Okay, we'll cut that out.
That's okay.
We're not going to disclose that. We don't need people tracking us.
Anyway, I think we're at an hour.
I don't think so.
Have you been timing?
No.
Why didn't you set a timer?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm about to go get a little bit more hot tea.
Okay.
Would you like me to top off your glass?
I'd like to turn down the AC because it's hot in here. Are you on fire
It's
right now?
super hot, but
I'm
I don't know
sweating.
what you were doing, so I wasn't going to touch it.
Well, I'm on fire. I was trying to get the
Oh, you were trying to
warmed
get
up. So we drove 3.5 hours each way today to pick up a fire eel.
But you
This
know what?
big.
It's funny is we had to go to court to meet him.
Yeah, we went to her second court date, different county than the funny judge, and we went to a sushi place afterward and had this awesome meal. It was super cool. And then went to a pet store just randomly that at the sushi place they mentioned that the pet store was like the oldest thing in town. So we walked over there, checked it out, and it was okay. It wasn't what I was expecting. But we got inside, looked at all the animals, walked through the fish tank area, and the last fish tank, I remember telling her when we walked in the fish tanks, I was like, this is overwhelming, I'm leaving. Walked up to the last fish tank and saw this eel. He was like this big. I thought he was this big. He's like 3 inches long. And he was playing hide and seek with us. He kept popping out and hiding and popping out and hiding. It was so cute. And I tried to tell her about it. She ignored it. So I walked out and held a bunny, I think, or something, and then came back over. Or no, I tried to walk over to see a different kind of eel because they were like, oh, we have these zigzag eels. So I tried to see those. They were hiding. Came back over to this eel, and I was like, oh no, he's gone. I wanted you to see him. Well, then he pokes back out and starts playing hide and seek again. And so she finally got to see him, and we both fell in love. We were like, we don't want to leave him. He's so cute. And so we're interacting with this little eel. And then we leave. So I was like, we don't need any more animals. We don't have a tank for him. We have a long
him, but
drive
I didn't know if
home.
I wanted to bring him home.
Right.
But
Yeah, but we had a long drive home. So on the drive home, we're like 2 hours into our 3.5 hour drive. And our mom finally answers. She just got off work. And I tell her about the eel. And I was like, I'm so sad we should have gotten him. And she was like, yeah, you should have gotten him. And I was like, that's all I needed to hear.
We would have turned around if we weren't so far.
Yeah, so my thought process was I'll call local pet stores, I'll ask about other eels, I'll go see them, see if they're playful and fun like he is. If they are, then I won't get him. The only pet store that carries eels said that they wouldn't have any for 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm thinking, of course, at that point, he's going to be gone. So I ended up calling back this pet store 3.5 hours away, asked them if I could purchase them over the phone and have them hold him.
And we had a connection.
We did have a connection
We
with
were
him.
playing hide and seek.
Yeah, so at first the lady said, no, you can't do that. And I was like, is there any way we can make it happen? Please. And she asked the owner, who was like, I don't care. So we pay over the phone, put him on hold. It ended up being 3 weeks before we could pick it up. We ended up buying 3 fish tanks, a 55-gallon, supposedly 55, it's actually 35. I was
Had to paint a tank.
scammed. A 75-gallon with a stand that we had to paint, and a 10-gallon, all in one day. Picked up 3 tanks. So
Talk about a crazy story.
yeah, I've been looking for tanks for weeks,
melted.
and everyone kept bailing. They'd be like, oh, you can pick it up tomorrow, and then they'd sell it. So super frustrating. Finally, all in one day, all the tanks line up, and we got 3. So temporarily, he's going in the 10-gallon. Long term, he'll be going in the 75-gallon when it's cycled in like 8 weeks. But we drove all the way there and back today just to pick him up. No court.
All because of one time we went to court, went to a pet store.
Yep, and fell in love with little Mushu. She picked his name. He's super cute.
Jail affects us in many ways.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
everything happens for a reason.
Also,
And
for
then
an
the eel-
undisclosed reason.
Oh yeah, so because we were getting the eel and we got them on the day we got the fish tanks and had to go get the spray paint, we met somebody very important to her.
I'm not gonna say who.
We were going to Walmart and we were
to get spray paint.
Yep, and as we're walking out, this car comes driving by, rocking out to some music, and so we start like pretend jamming out. And
I was really jamming.
I mean, yeah, but we were like overemphasizing to be fun, you know.
He was super cute.
I waited for the car to pass, but it stopped and waited a long time. It stopped right here. We're still walking this way, not this way, and it just waited. And so I was like, okay, I guess we're crossing. So we're like head banging a little bit, and then I see the guy go like this. So I was like, yeah, cool. And then as we almost got in the store, I was like, yeah. And then she yelled out something about
It's taking
"Come back."
everything in me not to text him right now. I'm gonna check my phone, but I know he's probably asleep.
No, don't text
I
him.
know.
So she yelled out something like, come back,
Come
and
back,
give me
you
your
were
number.
so cute.
Yeah, so we
I
go
I
in.
wonder if he heard me.
He probably did. We go in, we get the spray paint, we check out, and as we leave, literally we're in the store like less than 5 minutes.
Not even before that, though, without saying his name. You look at me and said he looks like someone I dated when I was 15.
Oh yeah, I was like, he looks like blank blank.
Let's just say Tom.
Tom Hanks. So we exit the store and we see a car that looks like
And
his.
at first we were like, wait, is he even out here? And you're like,
I
I
said,
don't
we said
think
we
he's
bet
here.
he, we bet he is.
I said, I'm sure he is. And I was like, no. And then I go, wait, there he is. And
But it
you
was the
said-
wrong car, and we see the guy get out of the car, and we were like, "That's definitely not him."
Oh yeah, because the guy with the shorty shorts.
short shorts. So
I was
we're like,
his shorts are way too short. That's not
on him.
Yeah, and so I said, oh, bummer, missed opportunity.
Oh, I know,
And
it's
I
so
go
sad.
to get in the car, and
And I
she
go,
goes,
"There he is."
there he is, and she starts talking to him. He's like 5 cars down.
And
He
we're yelling
clearly-
across the parking lot. It
Yeah.
was so cute. It was like a meet cute moment.
He clearly parked right there waiting for us.
Maybe.
So, what do you mean maybe? 5 cars down from our car? So she's yelling to him across the parking lot talking, and eventually she starts playing on her phone. I was like, what are you doing? Are you not
right?
interested in
He
this
was
guy?
making me nervous. Making me nervous.
She was like, no, I'm interested. I was about to walk over there. I was like, well, you don't seem interested. You're not talking to him. You're on your phone. So I was like, put your phone away. Let's walk over there. And so I said to the guy, we're going to come over here and talk to you so we're not yelling. So they start talking. They both like bikes. They both like rock music and whatever. And so they're getting along. And eventually she gives him her number, and I asked him, so what's your name? And he was like, oh, my name is blank. And
My
we
name
both-
is Tom Hanks. We're like, oh my god, we just look at each other and laugh.
Not Tom Hanks, but my name is Tom. And so we both look at each other and laugh, and he looked at us like, what
He
the
just
hell?
said he looks like somebody, and that was his fucking name.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And now it's been, what, a week? Oh, yeah, a week tomorrow, and they both are very much alike. They really like each other, and it was meant to be that we
Got this
went there for the
flippin'
heel,
eel.
to get the spray paint, to find the love of her life, possibly.
Oh, shh.
Possibly.
He's gonna end up seeing this.
How is he going to see this?
Because I'm gonna tell him about it.
You don't know if he's the love of your life. I said possibly.
No.
In a few years, we'll look back and we'll be like, surprise!
Thank you, Eel.
They hated each other.
Fuck you for that.
I'm just kidding. I didn't want to say they got married. I don't know. It could go one way or the other. They
It's
either
definitely
love
not
each
the
other and get married.
No, not the marriage thing.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Well, we've already talked about that platform, but that's way off topic. We're just not marriage people.
He doesn't want to get married either. Okay.
I mean, I do, but I don't. I do, but like not permanently.
Has
I want to have a.
she wants to get married, but she wants to get divorced.
I want to have a little party, just not do it legally.
Okay.
We'll just have a little shindig, and then that's it.
Okay.
You don't have to do it on paper. Nobody has to be like, excuse me. You don't have to be like, oh, this is my husband. I can be like, this is my partner. This is my friend.
My friend.
This is the
Not
guy
even
now.
boyfriend. Oh,
Friend,
my
that's a
gosh.
boy. I mean, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been together since the dawn of time, and their secret is not marriage.
That's a long time since the dawn of time.
It's a long time.
It's been like 65 million years since dinosaurs were on Earth, so
Is that when?
is that what? Something like
Why
that.
are we not talking about jail stuff? We just need a regular podcast too.
Well, it's both. The main topic is jail stuff. You get at least one jail story per
And then random
podcast,
stuff.
plus the random stuff.
Okay.
This is our life. We have a new pet eel named Mushu, and we also she met a guy because of Mushu.
Oh my god, because the eel. And it's funny because I told him today when I texted him, I said, at first I was annoyed by this stupid eel
That she wanted to.
that I also wanted to, but after time went on, I was like, Jesus, we're putting in a lot of effort for this little 2-inch guy.
I'm the one who spent all the money to get this little mofo set up.
I-
Little Mushu.
Little Mushu mofo. Mofo Mushu. Mofo Mushu. But then I'm like, if you think about it, I told Tom, I wouldn't have met you at Walmart if we weren't there getting spray paint for the stupid eel cage. And he said, what did he say? Thank
F for eels.
Thank fuck for eels. That's my
My
new
new
favorite
favorite
animal. I like him.
Yeah, they're cute.
It hasn't been long, so we will see. But I do.
No, it's better to meet somebody naturally.
I don't even need to put on real blush. I have natural blush because I'm talking.
I'm
so-
blushing for you.
I know, your cheeks are red. We
It's
better
also
have
hot
viewers.
here.
We'd be so mad if we did this forever. Oh, I turned it down.
Well, what do you mean have viewers? We better have a freaking video recorded right now, because if this thing turned off when we weren't paying attention, that would suck.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
I don't think it would, but that would suck.
Can I go look?
Well, it's about time to give it a little closeout.
Well, I guess we should give it a closeout. And then look, this is really going to suck. If it's still recording, you get to see a really moment. Like, oh no. And if it's not recording, you're not going to see anything because it's not recording.
like, oh no.
Dude, Finn. Dude, you know what's funny is we could also
Finn?
use this.
Thin noggin.
Dude, we we should use this to also promote some stand-up comedy stuff that I'd like to work on. We'll test out my joke.
Yes, she said she wants to do stand-up comedy. I told her she should, so we're gonna start up some of that for her, and she wants to write a book. So when the time comes, we'll be selling the book on our website. Here in a few months, when we have more viewers, we're gonna start a website and have some merch and a book. So you guys will be buying the.
We'll call it
The
red
story
line
of a-
apparel because those are the red lines you can't cross when you're in jail.
If the name's not already taken.
Probably not.
It's
Nobody
hard to
that goes
find
to
names.
jail. Listen, none of the people that I met in jail were inspired enough to go start a clothing company. Sadly.
But it doesn't have to be somebody who went to jail who started it. You know how hard it's been picking a name for the nonprofit? Every name that I've thought of or other people have thought of is taken. It's so frustrating.
Okay, well, I
If you
think we
guys
should
have
have
a good
really
idea
cute-
for a name, let me know.
You know what was funny is I was making a joke. This probably really isn't funny, but I was trying to make light of my situation. And I was like, we should have bumper stickers and cups that say, my child is an inmate at blah, blah, blah. Or my child is a star-studded trustee at blah, blah, blah county.
Oh, God.
Like, you know, the way people see honor roll. Because, you know, you get tired of seeing my child has honor roll.
National Honor Society.
Okay, we get it. Your child is smart. Well, mine messed up, and they're in blank, blank county. But they're an honorary trustee. Woo, woo.
Honk if you love trustees.
I don't know why, but I thought that was just funny to me. A little bumper sticker, coffee mugs. That'd be funny.
If you guys would buy that, let us know. We'll throw it together.
I think it'd be funny, like, joke merch. I don't know so much about, like, people really sporting their person being an inmate, but we could customize the counties for you. You name the county, we'll put it on a cup.
Have you seen the guy that does, he has like fake bumper stickers that he sells to people, and it's like, oh, if you don't like my driving, call this number. But it's his number, it's not actually a company, and so people will put them on their cars, and then he gets the calls, and he does it as a prank call. It's so funny.
That is hilarious.
If I knew the guy's name, I would tell you, but it's,
Well, we could just Google guy does bumper sticker prank calls.
yeah, I'll have to pull it up for you.
We should on like, are we just gonna keep all of our stuff podcasts on this? Like it's all just gonna be all of it. So we should review like funny videos, like a video of the week, and just laugh hysterically and watch it. And
I mean, if they want to see that, then sure, it's all about what the people want, but I don't think that's,
well, if it's what
really
the
in
people
our
want,
realm.
I don't feel like they want to see us.
I don't think they want to see us laughing at other videos, unless it's jail videos. We could watch videos of either people getting arrested or jail videos, and we could
You know what's
react
funny
to
is
them.
I've seen TikToks of people, I don't know how they have a phone in jail, making pizzas, and like they have a fire under their bunk, like their metal bunk, and like the bunk is black, and they're making legit pizza.
Yeah, that we can watch.
Where did you get it? I don't even want to know how you got a cell phone in there.
A cell phone or a fire thing. You guys are doing some sketchy stuff. Did you bring that in your butt?
It's called a prison wallet.
Your butt's called a prison wallet?
There's so many things I gotta teach you.
What? Do they call your butt a prison wallet?
Yeah, it's your wallet if you're in prison. Where else are you gonna put stuff?
What?
Why do you think people
I
want to
thought
get strip searched?
I thought it was just a funny joke to be like, haha, your butt's the prison wallet, but I thought
No,
she was
it's
referring to something else.
It's legitimate. Like, ask any person that's ever been in jail. We'll have little like trivia shows. We'll start quizzing people that are non-inmates, like people that have never been in jail, and then we'll have people that have been in jail. We'll have a little quiz bowl.
I would have thought your boobs for a woman would be your prison wallet.
No, because you can get patted down, and like when you are
No,
stopped,
you gotta stick it on up the butt.
or other stuff. I mean, when you're getting patted down, a female officer comes out if there's not one available, and they shake your stuff out. I got strip searched every day coming home from work. I went through a scanner machine for my X-ray.
Bloop.
They see everything. I think. I don't know. I've never been allowed to see it. I've seen it one time at one county, and they were not supposed to show it to me, and I was like, ooh, that's fucking weird.
There's a lot of things that officers have shared with me that they shouldn't be sharing.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
There's still people I forget until some of them talk. I'm like, oh, you're just people. You're just people that wear uniforms. It's weird.
They're definitely not robots.
I don't know, this day and age with the conspiracy theory, all police are AI.
Well, in some states they do have robots, but not
Robot
here.
cops?
Yeah, in New York
Like,
they have robot cops.
like the movie I, Robot.
Yes, our world is becoming like the movie I, Robot, and give it, I don't know, 10 years, and we're super screwed. So, fun times.
I don't like it. Well, I'm glad we got this first episode out of the way because I feel like I'm comfortable enough now to be on camera. Ready for my close up?
Okay. It's not that close up, so don't worry. Do I need to get out of the way so you can have time with the camera right now?
I feel more comfortable now. I'm glad because after this one's done, now I feel like we can just be ourselves and just roll this thing on out. We don't have to be all nervous or weird.
Yeah, but a few episodes in, we're gonna need some people to share their stories with us.
Yeah, I don't want to tell mine every time.
Send us your messages so that you
Or
can be on our
comments.
podcast.
Something like what should the next episode be about? Like what topic should we do? Like
Yeah, if
what-
you guys have questions or you want to share your story or you know somebody who has a good story, anything at all, you can email us, you can message us on any of our platforms. Again, we have a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and we're going to be on Spotify. So find us
we
anywhere.
will be there. I guess at the end of our videos, we'll start having all of our tags and stuff at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I can
Like most social
Throw it
media
on.
influencers.
Little one that I watch, I'm not going to say her name. I nanny part-time, and the 9-year-old asked me the other day, because we were filling out like an audition sheet for her school play, and she was, it said, do you have any special skills? And she said, I don't know, could I beatbox? How do you do that? She was like, do you have to have your hand here? I was like, I don't think so.
Like that was something she could ask. She could do like special skills for like.
Yeah,
For
special
what?
talents for the play.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a musical
Could
Grandparents
I
Day.
beatbox?
And it made me think of Pitch Perfect with that girl that's like,
Oh, that one.
yeah, the really quiet one where you can't, everyone's like, do you hear her? But then she's really good at beatboxing.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then she finally talks, and they're like, "Did you just speak?"
Yeah.
I
Now I
like
want to watch Pitch
I
Perfect.
want to watch Pitch Perfect too. We could still watch a movie tonight. Yeah, we
It's
could.
12:30.
Total movie. That's an hour and a half.
Total movie. Okay, fine. We'll watch a movie. I'll do my Sudoku. It'll be fun.
Woo! And I'll do crosswords like a little old lady. Yeah! Another thing I love jail for. Crosswords.
Yeah. Doesn't doing Sudoku feel like an old lady too, though? Are we both
They
old
both
ladies?
do. We're both-
Every night for the last few months before I go to bed, I do Sudokus. If you guys like Sudoku and you haven't done Jigsaw
Sudoku.
Sudoku, go do it. It's so much fun.
I don't know about that. That's crazy. Sudoku. I
It's
can't even
not
say
that
it without
crazy.
a Japanese accent. Sudoku.
Sudoku.
Sudoku. So
Now
I would get home.
sushi.
I could eat sushi anytime. When I would get home from work from the jail and I would go across to the door, we'd have to be walked across. But when we come back, I just push the button and they would just let us cross. And we just walk across.
You didn't have to be escorted on the way back?
To the housing unit where I lived, yes. Where the women lived, yes. But from the sheriff's office all the way to booking, no. But we had to be walked over. Like we'd sit in booking and we would wait there sometimes an hour and I'd be like falling asleep in my chair. So it's like 5 in the morning, like no one's gonna be there yet. Why are we sitting in booking waiting? But we'd see so many things happening. So much stuff going on. And we get walked across and we go start the coffee and tea and go through and do like I had a whole checklist of things and I was very particular how these things had to be done. But I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. But next episode, you'll have to tell them about the snake that you would hide.
I wonder if he's still there.
He probably is. Why wouldn't he be?
He's probably still hiding somewhere. I wonder if the trustees after me have.
Did he have a name? Your little snake.
I didn't name him,
Missed
but I scared
opportunity.
so many officers with that thing. And detectives. One in particular, you know who you are, Mr. Coffee Mafia. I bet he'll end up watching this. Okay, we call him Coffee Mafia because I did coffee and tea every morning.
Yeah.
And the lady that worked the front desk that you met, the older woman that was so sweet,
Yeah.
she had me collecting coffee grounds for her garden. Okay?
Oh, I did the same thing.
Okay. Well, he was like, "Ooh, how do I get in on this?" And it comes like I'd have to make coffee and then dump it in these big like black vacuum sealed bags. So they look
Yeah.
like little vacuum sealed.
But you can't let it get too moist or it'll get moldy, so you have to like let it.
Well, they would take it home that day and like use it.
Oh, okay.
But I'd put them in the black bags, and they look like just giant weed bags. Like
Okay.
they do, but that's how it's like a vacuum sealed bag. And he would be like, "How do I get in on this?" And I'm like, "That seems pretty suspicious. I'm like, you're gonna have to talk to the boss lady. And he's like, I want to be part of the coffee mafia. And he was like, I feel like this is a drug deal, like mafia style. It was just so funny because he'd come up to me and be like, you got the goods? And I'm like, yeah, I got your coffee grounds.
You're like,
He's
dude,
like-
I'm in jail. Please don't get me in more trouble.
He's like, there's no snakes inside this bag, right? Because he thought for
You
sure
should've
I hid
hid the
it. And I
snake.
should've. He was like, there's none in here, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't put a snake in your coffee bag. He's like, I feel like that's what you want me to think. And then I'm going to open this bag and there's a snake. He was so cute.
Too bad it wasn't an electric snake that moves emotion.
Oh my God, someone would have
Emotion
pulled out their
sensor
gun and
snake.
shot it. Someone
Yeah,
would've
she
shot
said
it.
that they would pull out their guns.
No, they didn't actually pull it out, but they would put their hand like on their hip, like they were about to draw their weapon.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know, they're walking by and they're like, because I would have them poking outside of my office door. Like I had my own little janitor's closet, but it was my office. It was a big building with
She
all my
says
supplies.
janitor's closet because on Valentine's Day, my mom and I went to the police department
I got
to
to
talk
see
about
them.
something important. It was a business meeting.
Yeah.
And he saw her pass by, the chief of police, and he was like, oh, let Kayla come in and hug her mom. He didn't realize I was her sister. And so she got to come in and hug us, and then we got to see her office. And when we saw her office, I was expecting office because I heard office.
It was an office.
It was an office, but
I had a desk.
I was thrown off, and so when I saw that it was a janitor's closet, I was like, oh, this is a janitor's closet, and I didn't realize she heard it, but she was pretty offended. Her feelings were hurt. I'm sorry.
Because it was like my home. I had like a little rolling chair that was squishy and pillows and stuffed animals and decorations. And if you'd seen more, it was my office. I had roses on my desk for Valentine's Day from my
I just
boss.
wasn't expecting that. It looked. I heard office. I expected office. I look at it. I was like, janitor's closet.
That's why I want to sit there and clarify, like, not everybody that's an officer is bad, because this particular person, and it was probably a group effort, but this is the person that went and got them.
The chief of police.
No, it was a lady.
Okay.
Got us roses for Valentine's.
The assistant of the chief of police.
No, someone else.
Okay.
Someone you and me.
Okay.
Did not have to get us
I
flowers.
wasn't cool enough to meet her.
She's in and out. She does public stuff. But like, flowers, roses, like
That was really sweet.
so freaking nice.
Yeah.
And then right before they died, I brought home that person's shift that day. I remember that there was 4 ladies working on that particular shift because I've gotten to know all those people, and I knew they were gonna die. And I was like, I can't bring them back to the pod with me because it's contraband.
Yeah.
So like, I asked if I could bring them across, and then I asked the sergeant in booking because we have to get scanned before we get walked back. And I was like, can I bring these to the 4 female deputies working the pod? It's for them, I promise I won't bring it back to the pod. And like, I think they just knew that I didn't like pull shady shit, because they were like, I'm totally fine with that. I was like, thank you. So I saved 4 little purple roses and brought one to each female working, and I gave it to them, and they were like, why'd you do that? I'm like, just because you guys deserve to know that you've had a good day.
Oh.
I
That was
bought them
sweet.
chocolate sometimes.
They made Valentines for each officer's door
in the
and
office.
in the office,
In
the
the sheriff's
admin
office, not the jail
area. And they left them up for a long time, so they appreciate everything.
I go to visit recently, and 3 of them are still on doors, and I
Oh.
smile every time.
That's cute.
I get so excited. I'm like, you still have my Valentine. The chief still has my toilet paper flower I made in his bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I was doing
That's
all
been
the toilet
months.
paper. Yeah. Oh no, I made that thing 8 months ago. He's
Wow.
had that forever. Then I'd clean his bathroom, and there's a certain spray he likes, a certain smell, and I would spritz the flowers so that it would smell later like flower.
It was her job and her home for a long time, so she got comfortable.
Yeah. I wonder how
Oh,
many
that's
other
what I was
people-
gonna say earlier was, so she went in June. I took over on her dogs and her supplies, or not supplies, her property, her things in September. I thought she would be out very shortly. Normally that's how it goes. And so by December I was like, oh, for certain she'll be out. January, she's gonna be out. February, she'll be out.
We all thought the same thing, don't worry.
Yeah. No. we
Every
were
month I was
for
like,
sure.
certainly any day now.
Yeah.
I thought December 4th for sure.
Oh yes, we were all so certain on
All my
December 4th.
cupcakes were coming back like expiration date December 4th, and I was like, this is a sign.
Yeah.
Nope, wasn't ready.
Nope. So eventually June rolls around, mid-June, and we had no expectation of her being out at this point. She goes to court. They didn't let her out, and then it somehow turned out on that day that they sent her to a different place, and then that place let her out, sent her to a different place, that place let her out, and so unexpectedly on that day, she got out, and my mom was at a concert, and she was calling my mom, but my mom didn't answer because it was from a different number.
I told that person not to tell her I was out.
Yeah.
I wanted to call and be like, hey.
Yeah, so all of a sudden that night, I get a call, Kayla's out, and I was like, what? How is that possible?
Were you super surprised?
Oh, we were all so shocked.
Mom was too, wasn't she?
Yeah, because we didn't expect it. It had been so long.
I didn't expect it either, and I was terrified and crying and not ready.
Yes.
I was like, I'm scared, and they're like, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
The sad thing is when I left the one county, the one that was the hardest to take care of my court stuff with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The one we gotta go to soon.
Yeah.
I was excited because I thought I was leaving out of there.
Yeah.
Then I get up to booking after being in jail a year, mind you, and both of the counties that I've been held at have released me. So the one county has released me, and the other county has a certain amount of days to come pick me up, and they got me within less than 24 hours, and I was so sad, but they came.
We
and
were
got me
certain
really
they
quick.
wouldn't. They did.
They did. My bond there was $100,000. They totally did. It's insane for what my charge is there. It's for failure to pay and failure to be at the address I chose and failure to check in. $100,000. I've seen pedophiles with a lower bond.
Yeah.
Even the chief here was like, "Why is your bond so high? Like seriously, it's crazy." Anyway, $100,000 cash. That's all of it, not 10%. That's the whole $100K, homie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can you make that bond? No.
No.
If I could, I'd pay you back the $2,000 I owe you guys.
Yeah.
All this over $2,000. Give me a break.
You think I own a helicopter or something?
So after that county, I came and got picked up from this county, and then I spent a month there. So I was 11 months in the one month in the other. Then I'm thinking I'm going home. Like they reinstate probation. They're like, you're going home today. I am ecstatic, but I'm like, don't want to get excited till I walk out the door. So I'm like nervous. And then
We still have no idea.
I still have no idea either. So I'm like,
But we didn't know that you were being released at all. You did.
I'm waiting for them to come into the room. Yeah, but I do know that I have a warrant out of another county and a hold. I'm like, it's a misdemeanor. They're not going to come get me, is what in my head. I was like, they're not coming. They don't ever come on misdemeanors.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
I get to booking, and there's an officer there, and I go, are you here for me? And she said, yeah, from another county. And I'm like, because I know I had 5 failure to appears there because I've been in jail. So I'm thinking, crap. Okay, so the one where we live now, if I had 5 failure to appears, I would be in there for sure a year. So I'm thinking, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in this other county forever, and this jail's worse than the other 2 combined. This one over here,
The
not
one
that-
we drove to today.
Yeah, I like the
basically.
structure, not that bad. The one we drove to today, like, holy crap.
We
that
didn't go
was
to
bad.
court today, but we drove to that county today.
Yeah, because that's where we fell in love with the eel last time we went to court. But the eel equaled the guy that I like, Tom, so it all works out.
Yeah. The jail equaled the eel, which equaled the guy.
Tom, if you're watching, I hope you know who you are. Because your name's not Tom.
No. But eventually, so she goes to that court and then, or not that court, that county.
That county, and they're like, oh, I'm getting stripped out. Strip search. And I'm so used to it at this point. I'm just talking casual to the officer, like, bent over coffee, and I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. This is what I've been doing the best. It's true. Anyone that's been to jail knows that's the deal. You gotta squat and cough.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a sports physical, which I've never had, but no
It's-
thanks. Stay out of my,
It's just what it is.
my parts.
Well, tough shit. Don't go to jail.
I haven't.
That's what they tell you. They'll be like,
I'm almost
sorry.
30 and I'm doing good so far.
You
so.
lost all your, anyway. So we're just chatting it up, and she's like, oh, you'll probably just be released from here. What is your charge? And I'm like, I think it's a theft of property under $50 from like 14 years ago, and several failure to appears. And she said, oh, you'll just be a book and release. You can have 10 failure to appears here and be just released without a bond. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
What?
What? I said it just
beg
like
your finest, I think, pardon.
What? You can have 10 failure to appears and just be released here without a bond? How many people do you have missing court all the time? She wasn't wrong. They booked me and released me. They said, you're a book and release. I'm like, meaning we have to book you in the system so we have all your stuff, and then we release you. And I was like, so you trap me and catch me. It's like fishing. I got you.
Catch and release.
We're going to get your picture with this big old fish, and then we're going to release you.
Look at this prize.
Can we get your fingerprints, please? Okay, mugshot. All right, release. Here's your stuff. I was like, really? And then I'm taking my mugshot photo for them, and he goes, smile, you're going home today.
No.
Because I didn't want to smile on the mugshot. I was just like, you know, you're gonna be online somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what, Moms, that would be a funny idea we were talking about that we saw is a quilt where you get all the mugshots printed on something and then it's sewn together so each big square is like a mug.
Oh God,
That'd
no.
be a reminder, don't mess up. This would be the, we feel like you're making bad decisions right now, quilt, so we're gonna let you sleep with this so you can see.
I think that would be the I'm gonna burn this right away quilt. Let's have a bonfire. I just
feel
had
like-
a random urge.
I feel like it's something a parent would bring out when they feel like your decisions aren't being great, so you can look at all
Just
your
lay it on the
mugshots
couch.
and they just lay it out and they're like, why is the mugshot blanket out? Because we
Oh.
feel like we don't like your new boyfriend choice.
The way you're acting right now is not appeasing.
Just like when Mom we were younger, we'd get certain mugs or certain plates. Like, it's your special day plate. This is the mugshot blanket.
no.
Remember your past decisions when you were with this other idiot that we will not talk about? Yeah.
Thou who should not be named. How do you say that?
The freaking Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
D would know.
D. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Who shall not be named.
That's right.
That's something like that.
We're definitely
We won't
over
speak
an hour
of
now.
him. Oh, we're over an hour? We gotta go.
We gotta go. Peace.
Producers,
Can we get a pause on this video? I need to freshen up. It's hot.
take. Can I get that guy that rubs the feet?
Please, a massage would be wonderful. We're gonna go watch a movie now.
Get some red bottoms.
Thank you guys for joining us for our first podcast.
We've had fun.
Yes, we'll be back with the second episode in a week, so join in next Thursday. Soon we'll start doing lives when we have enough viewers.
Oh, we can do lives and stuff. I've never done that. I would be like TikTok famous.
TikTok famous.
Yeah, you can't say famous. It's TikTok famous.
Famous, very demure, very mindful.
To all the people that I couldn't name, I love you and appreciate you very much, and thank you for getting to me where I am now. And if you are watching, I appreciate your subscription or support or your viewing.
Your view.
Sorry
Please
for
comment,
the language.
like, subscribe.
Comment, like, subscribe, all that social media crap, because this is the way we do stuff now.
The world has changed. Welcome to 2024.
Ta-da! I'm gone a year and everything's different. Surprised I knew how to work a phone. I was like, oh my god, am I going to know how to do this? I bought a phone a week before I go to jail. I get out of jail. It's been a year. The phone's already out phased. Like, it's already having seizures. It's like
Seizures.
freezing and stalling. Like, get a new one type of thing. And I'm like, I just activated it 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But it was a year old because it was brand new. I bought it, then got arrested. It was still in the box.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was crazy.
Anyway, another day.
Yeah.
I gotta go check my phone to see if Tom has messaged me.
Did you put it on silent?
He hasn't messaged me. He has a special ringtone.
I forgot to silence mine too, so I don't have any
He
messages
has a special
from anyone
ringtone and
special.
nobody loves me because my phone isn't ringing. I know he's passed out right now.
Yeah, the person I care about has a special ringtone too, and there's been nothing, so.
Did you silence it? No, I didn't. So that would mean he hasn't messaged me.
Well, at least you won't be disappointed when you look at it now.
Damn, I'm disappointed now. What matters?
Preemptive disappointment.
In all fairness, I knew he would message me if he could. I think he's just tired.
Yeah, he's having fun.
All right. Well,
we had a great time. Thank you for joining us. We are Jail Tales, Gailtales
Tales.
podcast on all platforms.
Tales from the jails.
Like an eel tail.
Ooh, coming up on Halloween, we want to do a spectacular episode.
Yes, and we're gonna be dressed in some sort of costume.
Something.
All of my Halloween decor is already
You
up.
should be a
It's
jailer
not even September
and
1st
inmate.
yet. Oh, that'd be cute. We should do that. I'll be the jailer.
I still know
You
my
can be
number, so
inmate.
we can put my actual number on
I used to have an inmate costume, but all you can see right now is the spider web. But I decorated already. And it's not September 1st yet, and the whole house is covered in
there.
decorations.
Spirit
so-
Halloween came up and threw up in our house.
Except I didn't buy any of it from Spirit Halloween, so don't let her fool you.
Oh, it's all very reasonably priced items.
Dollar Tree.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, she's spilled the
Dollar
beans.
Tree in every state.
I wasn't gonna tell people your secret, but I guess they know now.
Hey, I don't gatekeep good deals. Go buy stuff for $1.25. You won't regret it.
You won't.
I just bought a new blanket yesterday. I have to show you.
From
It's
Dollar
so
Tree?
cute. No, from TJ Maxx.
You can never have too many blankets. Why is this?
I don't have enough blankets.
I could
I
have one
like 4.
every week.
I want a basket with blankets. You
When
know
I got
people
out
do
of jail,
that?
do you know what I was like the most upset about? I was like, where's all my fucking blankets?
Did you find them?
No!
Oh, that bitch.
That lady probably didn't pack them.
How rude.
They probably had stuff happen, like accidents and stuff. Apparently her husband was living there and something. I don't know.
All of her actual furniture was given to someone else, but we have like her clothing and her makeup and her belongings.
And my art. I didn't lose my art or any of my painted rocks or my art supplies, like stuff that's like really hard to like, well, some of it I can't replace. I was really sad about the rocks. Remember when I found them, I was so happy. Because I have pictures of a lot of that. But at the time, I didn't think I had pictures either because it'd been a year, so I was logged out of all my accounts. And I'd lost my phone, so I was completely screwed.
Yep.
It was like starting from super scratch. It's fine though. It worked out fine.
Super scratch.
Super, super duper fine because I liked it.
Good old Tom.
And I'm gonna go read all of mine and Tom's messages.
No, we're gonna go watch a movie and do crosswords.
God
and Sudoku
bless it.
Like the Golden Girls.
I wanted to read. Well, I guess we can't be Golden Girls. No, because I don't know if I ever want to live with a guy again. We'll just tell Tom that I'll date forever and we'll live separate. But eventually he has to know where
Well,
we
it's
live.
not
so
gonna
he
work
can
for
pick
me
us
because
up.
I want a family, so.
Oh, well, we'll wait till you're ready and then I'll live with you till then.
Okay.
I'll be like,
Let's put the
listen,
baby in the office.
my sister's ready to start her family, so when are we starting ours?
Okay. I don't think it's gonna work that
Can
way.
we live together now or like closer by neighbors?
We'll see how that works out. It's like the what's the South Park where they're and that's the end of our episode, folks.
And thank you for joining us. This has been Jail Tales Podcast.
Where we bring you tales from the jails. I'm Sage and
I'm Kayla.
we'll see you on episode 2.
Bye-bye. We need somebody behind here. It's like click.
Click.
Just to stand there the whole time.
Oh, it did record. Yay!